It's tempting. It's tempting.
Learning,
What you gonna do?
improving, flourishing, and evolving.
Life.
Yo. All right, y'all, we back. Let's give it up.
What's up, y'all? This is another episode of Life.
Welcome back.
Y'all, welcome to the Life podcast.
Yeah,
Life,
yeah.
Life got a lot of different meanings. Today we're going to focus on love, inspiration, freedom, and empowerment.
Yeah.
I'm Brian Miller, owner of Black Label Premium Products. I'm here with
Kevin Smelser, Now Be You Apparel.
Kevin Miller, Naptime Apparel and Goods.
Dirty Ray with a Clearview Enterprise Networks.
Yeah, right. That's the name of his?
That's
the name-
yours.
That's the name of mine.
Huh?
I got Clearview Enterprise.
Great mind.
Yeah, that's what he.
Networks. Appreciate that. Mine's just Clearview Enterprise Company.
Wow. They said we got a lot in common.
Yeah.
Now I see how much.
That's
wow.
wow. That's why. I just
That's
said
wow.
Clearview. Wow. Like,
Wow.
I started that in 2017.
So
Nah, he say whenever you got the name, like you use all the here's
Yeah.
his networks.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
It's
don't-
all the- yeah,
nah,
it don't-
It's all
yeah.
good. That don't
Ain't
got
no-
nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Ours
It's,
is
it's a million businesses like
Yeah.
that.
If
And
you
the-
pull up Clearview though, you gonna see
Yeah, you're going to see more than theirs.
Clearview carpet, Clearview
Yeah.
window, Clearview whatever you could think of. But that's hard though. Like
yeah, I'm where. They said it. They said it.
that's
They
why.
said
up a big
Well,
shit.
but ours is mine's is the seven for short. CV
yeah.
EN
Yeah.
Clearview Enterprise
We
Network.
just CVE.
7.
Yeah, we just CVE, and then
That's good.
yeah, we
Wow.
branding product, promotional products and branding. You know, we doing t-shirts, we do embroidery, signage, stuff like that. More focusing on building up the businesses like that. We want everybody to have the opportunity to have a professional look like our counterparts have. You know what I mean?
That's right.
A lot of us like we printing off and we at home with it and we okie doking a lot of the stuff that could be professional, you know what I mean? And you could do the professional, but you just gotta be taught what it looks like. Or
Right,
you gotta
right.
be able
Cut
to
out
get
the
to,
middle,
yeah,
man.
you gotta get to the spot where your water bottle look like Ice Mountain. It don't look like baby girl and them who did the bridal shower, you know what I mean? They just
Yeah,
went and printed
yeah.
out. They ain't
Some-
do no
yeah.
design. They ain't thinking
Blurry.
about all of that stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
That's
yeah,
generic, more.
Quality products.
for sure.
Ain't no
For sure.
mistake. God don't make no mistakes, nigga.
Nah, that's
what you
good.
was saying earlier.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, while we here, let's shout out
deep,
Fly on the
dude.
Wall Productions.
Fly on the wall.
Absolutely.
This he the one to get the wheels rolling. He the one to make things happen.
Yep.
So,
Appreciate the space.
That's kid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kid.
yep,
the
truly
wizard.
appreciate it.
Yep. So if we on love, where we was at with it,
Love was the first one.
yeah, love. We can go plenty of ways. We could talk about how it's an action word. It's not really, you know what I mean? You could say it all day, but like if
Yeah.
you don't put any action behind it, then it's kind of hard for people to believe, especially if you've been abused from people just saying it. You know what I mean? If
Right.
if you've been taken advantage of people saying that they love you, or you got the ones who, by default, you supposed to love, but they don't treat you the same. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Preach.
You know?
And like you said, it's an action word. It's
Yeah.
it's a prove it to me word. You know what I mean? Like you show it. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing you can just, like he said, you say it over and over. It's an action word. You got to show it. What do you mean by it?
Yeah, it's crazy to bring that up because I done had a few conversations with people that don't understand when they relay the message to me. I don't kind of relay it back because if I hear you say it to me and while you telling me you love me, I'm witnessing stuff that don't include love, like the actions and the movements and the way that you portraying yourself when it comes to me. Like that love is kind of serious to me.
Yeah.
I don't just like to use the word and be talking about it. And if I can't really show the action, like you can tell me you love me, like you said right here, we can tell each other we love each other. But at the end of the day, if you telling me that, and when I need your love, physical, I need the physical, I need the showing, I need the attention, I need the part where
proof.
The proof, that part, I need that part. And a lot of people say love and don't even understand that that's not it. That's the saying of it is just not it. It's a whole slew of things that go with that word.
And it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very powerful.
Man, I had a cousin that just had a habit of saying it to a lot of people. My cousin used that word way too loose, boy.
Stay in the mic.
Out here in the street.
Yeah, nah, they it became a part of the conversation. You know what I mean? It was more of a salutation than it was an action word. You know, love. I'll catch up with you later. Woo-wop, yeah, like that. But then it didn't got into the point where, like, so much is we being taken advantage of so much for the love. You know what I mean? So now you have to keep your guard up and you got to watch who you doing.
Because it's been misinterpreted, the word, yeah.
Yeah, it's way misinterpreted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with your people, you know what I mean? Even how you would, like, they said it got blown out of proportion because it wasn't used properly for the kids and for the ones who, like, before us, you didn't even have the ability to use it. Say you coming from, say, your grandma or, you know what I mean, the people before us where they was saying, you might say that to him in the trauma state where he like, I love you because you eat. I love you because you this. You know what I mean? They was talking about the action, but so many people hadn't heard it because it was kind of like taboo to just be like, me and you, I love you, bro. And they treat us like we chumps or something. You know what I mean? The whole time. We really feel how we feel about each other because of the experiences that we've been through. Yeah. So we gotta kind of get back to the space where it's being used properly.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of people put different weights on that. You know what I mean? You tell somebody they love you, you love them. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what they expect from that because people love different. I know. When I show mine. I usually try to do it out of the kindness of my heart because I don't want to be disappointed if it don't come back the same way. You understand? I do it because I want to do it, and this is, you feel me, me. But a lot of people, you got that word. A lot of people say you love me, then you should be able to do this. You should do this when I call. You should do this. You should do that. You don't know their expectations. People have their own expectations on that words. As well.
But to me, love, this is my personal opinion. What you just said, somebody call you because they need something and you don't show up for them. That's not really, to me, that's not like you don't love them, to me. Anything can come up, you know what I mean? But love to me is community, like loving your neighbor, it's genuine, caring, like, having empathy for somebody else. If you live somewhere, you see your neighbor house on fire or something. You concerned about it. You showing your love. And I'm not saying I love them, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about love is caring for somebody and having empathy for people. And, people say it's different kind of love. It's romantic love and other love, but when I genuinely say I love somebody, like, I really do. There's no, if I say love.
So it ain't no categories.
It ain't.
More of a, this is like, I don't want to break it up. I'm saying I love you. I don't want to take it and piece it out. Like, I love in this capacity. I don't love like, I just love this, I love that, or I love that.
And I don't love to get love back.
Oh no, no,
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Yeah,
that's
that's
where
what-
he was at.
yeah,
with
I know.
it.
That's
It's
why I
like
was-
you
I know, that's why I was-
building on that.
I give love because it's genuine, you know. And if it's not giving back to me, it don't. I'm human. I might feel a certain type of way, but it's not. It don't crush me because I don't give my love to receive it back.
Right.
I'm human. I do want to receive it back, but that ain't why I do it.
So in the reality of being mature, think about it in this space where you doing you, but you don't want to ever let what XYZ do control what you do because it take away from you, and then you're not fulfilling yourself. So now you don't love the same because you're trying to match their energy. Now we're not matching no energy.
Right.
We keeping our energy.
Exactly.
That's the genuine part of other love. When you can say it to somebody and you saying it because you genuinely love them. It ain't if they say it back or not, because we can't even measure what your feel of love is. I might say I love you, and it be one way that I'm saying it to you, and you might not say it back, but that don't mean that you don't. Oh, I'm too far back. Don't mean that you don't love me back, or you can't react, or damn, I don't have lost some words. I'm kind of lost right now.
It's
all
good.
Deep as I deep it go.
Yeah, it's
and breathe. Just let it come.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Just
crazy
breathe.
to me to us talking about this. Like, damn, this kind of hit home.
Yeah.
So
All right.
That's how it's supposed to. Somebody else might be walking down the same road you walking to, so you might need that.
They might need to.
Yeah, you might need to get that up off of you, brother.
Yeah.
Like that's the authenticity of being yourself, so you can get in that space and you can release that, so you ain't got to hold that on your chest. You don't got everybody like who go to the gym and work out by themselves. Everybody need a spot here and there, especially when it get heavy.
Yeah.
Well, let it out. What are you saying?
Right, it's I come from a family where the word love was nobody never said it.
Yeah.
Grandma never said it.
It's real.
Said it. Daddy, and I watched myself grow up with this. So when I did start being like, damn, don't nobody say they love each other. So let me break the cycle. And I watched how I could go say, Grandma, I love you. And it scared her. Mm-hmm. She didn't know how to react. So,
Yeah.
Man.
like, boy, this is serious right here, boy.
Yeah, I mean, just the other day on Thanksgiving, like my father's family, my mother's family, total opposite.
Yeah.
But my father's family, they don't say it. I tried to hug my father the other day, bro. He looked like I was an alien. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah, and that's just the whole side. They don't really use the word. They just don't. But
I think it's us.
I don't know what it is,
I don't
man.
know where it happened,
They
but us
old
as a
school.
people, people
it's
using that like
Yeah.
it's difficult to even grab a hold to, and
Take it this far.
It's
though.
scary to grab a hold too.
Yeah.
You know.
When you really think about it, our counterparts, they come and they savages and they take and they built on destruction. All we ever think about until you get into that mindset is compassion, love, unity. You know what I mean? So after so much destruction, you gotta mask it. You gotta stick your chest out. You gotta make sure you protect your space. So the family, if it's a woman, the woman trying to make sure that them boys don't get hurt. You know what I mean? The men trying to make sure that the women don't get hurt. You start thinking about what they done and how psychological it is to where they just like your grandma. Think about how old your grandma, you know what I mean, and how far back what that looked like in their time of figuring out who they are. You know what I mean? So saying that to who you gonna say it to? Because now they taking advantage of you. You know what I mean? Now they pushing the line. Now you gotta be a savage,
right.
and you gotta protect your house, man or woman. She might have to have a shotgun in the crib just to keep You know what I mean? Pops, grandpops, he out doing what he got to do. She might have to hold that down. Right. So the love part ain't really, nah, boy, get in there. Like like I said at the beginning, I fed you, didn't I? Why I got to tell you? I said I did this, I did that. I'm showing you. And in reality, we got to really look at it like, since we saying this action word, we got to know she meant it. Right. You know what I mean? Because she done it.
And knowing how to accept the love.
Yeah. Right. That's the mature thing. Yeah.
Without the word, being able to accept love.
Yeah, let your guards down, because a lot of our people got walls up, especially the females.
Yeah.
I just had to discontinue a relationship with a young lady that wasn't used to. She tell me all the time, I ain't used to somebody caring like this.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah.
In this capacity, and it was hard for, you know, to snap out of that. So, you know, as a people, that word means a lot more to us than I think as to other people, other races.
Absolutely, we come from it.
Yeah,
and the Hispanics, they got a good way of showing it, though. I tip my hat to them.
I'll tell you,
you know,
they running the system too, though, like that, like, cause the same, like they part savage too, cause the same way that they like, you gotta think about the flip side. If you don't follow the rules with them, they don't care who you are.
Be hanging from a bridge.
They don't care who you
hanging from a bridge, but naked all week.
And y'all saying that about something, you know, you gotta have a wall up and stuff. I just gotta give props out, man, to my mom, man.
My mother, big props.
My mother been through trauma. Her memoirs would give you chills.
Man,
but
we need to bring her in here.
But
that's real.
Yeah, that's
real.
But her life was tragic, all tragedy. But when it came to us, she showed love. Like the walls wasn't up. Like her strength she's so strong.
Man,
like what she done went through in her childhood. Very traumatic experiences.
Man.
To be able to raise me and show me love and show me how to love. You know what I'm saying? The traumatic stuff is the traumatic stuff. But she was still able to show me how to love. Yeah. And I know y'all was saying that it was your mother, y'all didn't grow up without it. And all I know is that. So I grew up with it, and all I know is love from my mother and father and some of my family.
Yeah. Which shouldn't be uncommon like that.
Right.
Yeah. But once again, this is our race.
But I also, when I say that, I say that we didn't grow up with the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the action was there.
I never, you know, it was never a thought in my mind that the love wasn't there.
Yeah.
But
it was never word.
It was never
voiced.
worded. Yeah. And you know, like the showing, the emotional showing of the hugs and different stuff like that now. But I'm gonna make sure you eat every day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure if it's something that you need to be doing, it's gonna be a roof over your head. I'm gonna give you some good conversation
and
to guide you. I'm gonna guide you.
Yeah.
But as far as saying it, I mean, like you said, at that point of growing up, it was taboo. It was a hush. Don't say that. Don't talk like that.
That's what it was.
Wait till the door shut.
That's why I was like. That's exactly the reason I gave my mother props for even going through that situation. She was able to tell me, you know, tell us all the time and let us know. You know, that was just important for me to.
That's a great way to go ahead and segue into inspiration, because I'm sure you could draw inspiration from moms doing that and then seeing the way the world works today. You know what I mean? We can go around. What inspires you though?
Shoot, back to my mother. My mother inspired me.
You feel me?
Yeah, let's segue right back into it. My mother and father, but my mom, man, she's my mom is like 4'11",
man,
and tornado,
like ball of fire,
solid as his
and you know, like I can say that, but you will have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of people say that about their mom.
Well, let me say this. I know his mama, right? And I'm gonna tell you, man. First of all, she built different. God been having his hand on her.
For sure.
You can tell when she tell you what she been through, bro. But what I want to say is, she built different. Man, what you was saying? The inspiration.
Yeah.
Man, I lost. Just thinking about her, man. She's incredible.
No,
man.
I was saying
yes.
she a ball of fire. I like if you meet her, you know, she's a straight up like. She ain't no hater. When you come
authentic.
around, it's
Very
authentic. When you come around, she ain't like, who's that? No, it ain't none of that. She like, hey, how you doing? And if you cross her, that's something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
she switch.
but she ain't like just mean spirited or none of that.
You
It's just
even know it.
it's just love. You know what I'm
real.
saying?
She's $100. Let me tell you, this is what I was gonna say. She's so tough, bro. When she got done talking, she made me look at Kevin and his brother with more respect.
Yeah.
Just from being her offspring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
You came out that woman.
Yeah. Say.
Hey, it made me look at them.
She got some memoirs, man.
Real, man.
And we need to get them wrote down because she's up there in
You
age.
seen that little? They got a little
She
book
need to be the
online
first
where
guest.
it's like it's a tell your story for your mom and your pops. Though it costs like $10 or something. You just it's a little memoir where you could just let them run their movement. You kind of write down and jot it down, or you could tape it. However, you know what I mean. Just question kind of like an interview. The same way that'll give you some guide points on how to, you know what I mean, let her flow through her way of doing it instead of forcing her down the road and, you know what I mean, trying to fit it in. Just let her breathe.
Yeah.
She been on it, though.
Yeah.
That's what,
let her breathe.
She been on that, right?
Yeah.
Bro?
What inspires you, brother?
What inspires me is when, you know, I got people that inspire me throughout my life. You know, of course, my parents, they was big influences on my life and inspired me to do a lot. They showed me through a struggle of dealing with different addictions and just growing up in the 70s, you know what I'm saying, and how regardless of what they was going through, how they could still come to the house and give me the life lessons to learn and be able to discipline me without it being a whooping, but a real discipline to teach me. And, you know, like I understand this is going to hurt me more than you.
No
you know what I'm saying?
Ain't no doubt.
It was real. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter how you looked at it, at the moment, it was the pain of just getting dealt with, but the reasoning. And it wasn't take this and just go sit over there. Now let me talk to you. Let me explain to you. These are the avenues that you messed up in. This, if it wasn't me, it could be somebody and it would be a lot different.
Yeah.
I don't love you less. So, you know, my parents inspired me a lot then. I tend to run into people a lot that inspire me.
Me too.
You know, like here in my journey here lately, it's being placed with the right people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the inspiration of just like us sitting at this table.
Absolutely.
Y'all inspire me. Y'all inspire me. I done got inspiration from everybody in here.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk it all up, but that was
saying,
Nah,
like,
for sure.
At some point, you know what I'm saying? Wicked, you been my friend for a while. I done got way more. You done inspired me way more than you could ever know.
Yeah,
and you know, shit, just common conversation.
Yeah.
Just being I'm gonna give you some conversation and you might not like it.
Yeah,
that's the inspiring. Yeah. That's the you telling me like, look, nah, you ain't right. Your joke ain't funny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I done got that inspiration from you. You know, my man right here. This dude right here, bro.
Hey, I've been knowing him out for a good month or two. This dude.
I give my flowers to you. I give you your flowers, bro.
You see what it say on his shirt? This dude is for real.
It's crazy. The conversations,
word on the street.
The different conversations that we have and how we talk about different stuff, and in the midst of me not knowing something, I ain't never got gone stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's been real. Like,
not smart. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
not trying to be funny or nothing.
yeah.
Nah, I can't cut
It's
it
the
like that.
but you know, it's something jokingly or however it's always been. Oh no, hold on, like look, no, it's like this. You don't understand it? Oh well, shit, just give me a call if you want to know more. You know, we can talk about it. You know, they know, man. I ain't about to be going through that with this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And it been genuine. Yeah, I done sat there and been genuine. Yeah. Ray, shit. Ray, me and Ray done been goddamn in the street doing different things, and our conversation when we see each other, we could be in the middle of a war going on outside of that, and it's Bryce, how you doing? You okay? Watch yourself. Be careful. Pay attention to what's going on. You know, it's some love. You know what I mean? This guy here, man, we met how many years ago? About 20 years, if not more.
It was probably about 27, 28 years.
Years ago. Now I'm talking about like we don't see each other. Once I found out he was right here, we probably done seen each other. I'm coming through when I can get out here. You know what I'm saying? And boom, when I pop in, he like Snoop. You know, that was the name that they gave me when we was where we was at. He gave me that name. So Snoop, what's up? And come here, let's talk. What's going on? You've been doing good. You know that kind of stuff inspired me to come in and say, oh, okay, I remember where you was at. This your shop? You got barbers. You doing this? Oh, yeah, okay. Because really, like, all I can say is I know that us being here today, just from our conversations, we had a whole lot of people that erased this part of our life. We was done. You ain't going to make it to here. You know what I'm saying? We not worried about you later on. Yeah. Your actions right now, you're not going to make it till tomorrow. Yeah. And here we are. Mm-hmm. On a whole nother level. A whole nother level of training, our thought process. We got to be able to get past the negative parts of what our life was heading to and to be able to see that it was something better.
Yeah.
It's right.
So the stuff that inspired me is being around people that's great. Yeah. And me seeing them and feeling like I don't think they know they greatness. Yeah. To me.
Yeah. And giving people their flowers, man. Like, why we gotta wait till somebody gone and be like, man, he was a baller. You know, he was a hustler.
Because we used to not giving nobody a form of love.
Yeah.
That's the same thing we was talking about. As the hug. Or the hand.
And that's one thing I just don't like, man. I just want to give love to, you know, it's like if people, they deserve it, man. Like, everybody deserve their flowers, man. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like,
the work speak for itself.
Yeah, like, you worried about how many flowers you got and you trying to, you know what I mean? That don't come into my mind, man. It's like, if you doing good, dang, I'm happy for you. Like, I see that. I'm genuinely like, dang.
Happy for you. And I want you to blow it out the water. Yeah. Like, I want you to tear it. I want you to rip it out the frame every chance you get.
Right. Yeah. And see, that's what it takes. That's what takes to what inspired me, bro. Yeah. It's like, what inspires me is the struggles of our people, man. Yeah. Them youngsters just knowing what I know about the whole picture and what they up against. Yeah. Of course, my brother's doing good. They inspire me definitely. Yeah. To, you know, like when we was talking about how Don Tripp put out an album a month. You know what I mean? Yeah. For years. Yeah. Well, that inspires me, of course. But what keeps me going is looking at them kids in the hood. You know what I mean? And knowing what they up against, knowing what they born into, knowing what they lacking. Yeah. And the success stories of those people coming from the hood. But what inspires me to keep going and doing what we doing and try to change and do and throw in my hat in the ring to get in the fight is the how we getting trotted over, man. How we getting treated in this system. How them kids is getting treated, what they up against, man. How the deck is stacked. How the families is ripped apart, man. How the prison is thriving. Yeah. Bro, the bad shit, man, keeps me going because I can't take it. I can't. I sit and I'll be saying to myself, do I sound like I'm crying? when I'm around my partners, I point out everything on the TV and what's going on, and I'll be like, damn, I do that too much, but at the same time, I say, at least I'm trying to do something about it. And that's what keep me going, bro. You know, my son, I got grandkids, and my son and came up the opposite of who I am. I used to be a crook and didn't really like, you know, the other side, right? My mama kind of raised me like that, but my son, he got a baby by a white girl, and he a police. He's starting to be, you know, he doing routine checks and stuff, but that don't mean as much as he's doing that. He's making it. He's okay. His family's safe. He's making money for his family, and he's successful. Yeah. And I'm proud of him. That's what means the most to me, man. I don't even care about the stigmas. I want us to have a fair shake. I want our future kids, our kids to have a fair shake, man. Because it's rotten right now, man, in so many different ways. I ain't gonna get started. But yeah, that's what motivates me, though.
Me, man, honestly, though, like, started real young, man. I used to see my grandma, she used to move around, you know what I mean? And, like, I used to wonder what gave her the freedom to move around, you know, but what made her think that, you know what I mean, with knowing what because I had some people, like, they were teaching us about, like, the Panthers and, like, I've been knowing about that stuff longer than I should, you know what I mean, about how what the plot was more than anything. I've been knowing about that a little bit longer than I think the average kid should, but I'm blessed in that space to know that, you know what I mean, that mean that knowledge take you into the realm of responsibility. Mm-hmm. But wisdom. You know, and the inspiration, like I like a lot of what he was saying, like it's the with the proper amount of knowledge, we got a weapon that we could use, which is us, which is the unity. Us together is way stronger than anything.
Exactly.
And it's inspiration. It's inspirational, and it make your skin crawl when we get together and we know that it's a true space. You know what I mean? So like the hustle and all of that stuff, like you got to fund the project, right? So you got to have some type of work ethic. You can't be a slouch. So that's automatic for me. But what else is coming with it is the thought process on what you're doing, why you doing it. How can you put it somewhere where it'll grow on its own, or how can you pull ones up so that when it's time, you know, you don't want to this as an illusion. I don't want a square table. I only want round tables. That way you can't tell who's in charge. That don't mean that somebody like today is his turn because of his skill set. Today is your turn because of your skill set. So that inspiration of building and seeing what I can see, and also like the youth and taking and pushing that back down, you know what I mean? Because I know I played a part in the poison. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, so I don't beat myself up like I used to, because I know when it's all said and done, my scale gonna tip. You know what I mean? I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm committed to do. I know that it's a good chance that with this plan that I got on my mind and all of this vision that I see, I might not get to see the fruition. Yeah. It's part of it. You know what I mean? I accept. You know what I'm saying? But that's the freedom of having the choice to do what you want to do. And we can pull into the what makes you free, you know what I mean? And economically, it's can I get up and go collect $1? Do I have to have somebody tell me what to do to get $1? Or am I studious enough to sit here and let another man say, hey, bro, if you just move this over here and take that and put that right there, then you'll get more. You know what I'm saying? The same way we did in the shop. Like, shit, y'all seen a better opportunity for something. Yeah. Are you man enough to sit there and say, hey, I can hear that. Whether it works for me or not, I don't shoot it down like, nigga, you know how, like, you come
man,
from that space.
We had a whole conversation about that, because it's just genuine. Yeah. Everything, like, we didn't feel no type of way it was just.
Or throw this idea out there. No, I don't want to do it because he going to do it better than me. No, at the end of the day, I want my idea. Somebody show me that it can do something.
That's what I used to say.
I'm going to continue to push what I'm pushing, regardless of any feedback from anybody. I'm going hard with it. I'm gonna give the information. I'm gonna go hard with it.
And if I got the knowledge,
but
I'm going to give it. So you can do something with it. If I can't, because I might not be as adept into this part of the of what you call them, but I've heard something. I say, hey, I heard this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you doing that, so I heard this. And you might want to.
When we was rapping coming up, niggas would always kill me, man. We like, spit, man. Nah, man, I don't know them. They might steal it. You know, they ain't steal my legs. And I'll be like, man, I wish somebody would steal mine, you know, and just do something with it.
Show me that.
Just do
show
something.
me that I'm playing. Show me that if I come with an idea and I lay it on the table like, look, this is what I'm doing and I'm trying to do it. Yeah, I got my motion.
Yeah.
But none of us is gonna see the same scenery out of the same vision.
No.
Exactly.
And it might take you to say, hey, how you thought about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you done led me down this road, which opened up more for me. Yeah. So, you know.
Plus, I'm a firm believer of what's mine is mine. God already, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my wife is
that,
too.
Like, what's mine, like, you can't get in the way of that. Like,
God got for me.
Like, that's mine. You know what I mean?
Real.
You know, like, so I could set it on the table and not be afraid that you get more out of it than me, because what's mine? What if that was what the gift was?
Yeah.
To put you where you could grow. That might be the gift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You might it might not seem like a gift, but it might
it's
a gift.
It might not even be you getting the gift.
That's why I said
you.
That's why I said it might not be beneficial.
Yeah,
it might not be. That's why I said you might not look at it as a gift because it's not beneficial towards you. But the definition of what you just did was a gift because you gave knowledge to somebody. You might not even look at it like that. People don't be like, man, you stole it.
That's not to get too far off though. That's the freedom of being who you like, authentically who you are.
Yeah,
it comes with a freedom because you don't have to fit into the box.
Right.
I'm a firm believer that you build your own box. Like if I say I can't go here, I can't go here, I can't go here, I can't go here. I done built the box. The whole time I could have just walked all wherever I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna build myself a box? Ain't no box.
Right.
Ain't no box and ain't no limit.
Right.
What can you think of? And are you willing? So whatever your wildest dream is, are you willing to take them wild ass steps to get to it? Yeah. Because then you can make it possible.
Yeah.
But if you ain't willing to take the steps, it stays a dream. Make a plan, make some steps, walk towards it, boom, accomplish. Do it again. If your dream don't scare you, you ain't dreaming big enough.
Yeah. Right.
So you gotta have the freedom to even think like that though. Like you gotta say that when they say, all right, Trump in office, it scare you. It does so that like it should scare you either way because the system is the system.
Yeah.
It's the right hand or the left hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you take what happened and figure out how to be free in that?
And benefit yourself.
And benefit you and yours. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because what is the education? Because it would have been a set of education had it went that way for her. It's a set of education that it got to be for since it went this way.
Yeah.
So ain't no sense of sitting there and being scared. You just prepared. Are you training mentally, physically, spiritually? Are you breathing? Do you know how to breathe? Like, can you sit there? Like, a lot of us don't even know how to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. You wonder why you got headaches and shit because you ain't even allowing the oxygen to get up there to release what's up there so that you can get down to the like. Here, let me just be myself. Why my shoulders pulled all up? Let me relax. Let me why my jaw so tense? Let me relax. Huh?
How do you relax?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
steps.
It's some steps. It's some steps.
The question.
The question is a real question, like because that comes along with the freedom, though.
Yeah.
That comes along with knowing that it's possible. It also, if you look at it for me, and we ain't doing enough self-care. You freeing yourself. When the last time you took yourself on a date?
Mm-hmm. Like people don't understand what he mean by that.
Like you need some me time.
And I gotta give props to my daughter because my oldest daughter, she's an avid believer in treat yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can do stuff for other people, but every now and then
it for yourself.
Do it for yourself.
You gotta treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta like you said, take yourself on a date.
You laying it on the line time and time and time again. Right now for our family, ain't not one of us that's willing to go to the end.
Right.
So in the midst of all that, what's wrong with saying, hey, today, man, I like Ruth Chris. I'm going to just go in there and sit at the bar by myself. I'm going to just go on and, like, I got the freedom. I got a couple dollars. I'm going to just treat myself. Even if it ain't, what if it could be the living room lounge?
Yeah.
Like, it could be
White Castle.
Yeah, it could be but it's your time.
Yeah.
It's your time
Yeah.
for you could just, I'm not responsible for anything for these 2 hours just so I could breathe.
Yeah.
But that's also the
And
understanding.
that's a healing too.
That's the understanding that a lot of people don't know, that time is really it.
Yeah.
Not just money.
No,
time.
Time,
Time is the most expensive thing you have.
It's the only thing you can't
the
buy.
most-
You can't buy it. It don't have a price.
The most precious.
Precious.
But with these things we speak on, man, it's the knowledge, and we sharing it. Like, that's why we on this podcast. We get to share some of this knowledge. But I want to bring up, we got to remember, man, we got a lot of mental illness this is going on in our community.
This is true.
And the capacity to think, the things, the traumas that ones has been through. Like, I always say, my brothers, we astounding, man. Y'all astounding. Y'all, I love my brothers, man. And y'all never cease to amaze me. I had a brother that went to prison. He'll pop back out like, shake back so quick like he never been to prison.
Yeah.
And that itself is
Especially because you can get caught in that time capsule, though.
Come
you know
on,
what
man.
I mean? And you could really be stuck where, like,
Yes,
you can't shake out of that and adjust.
Cannot, because it's
And
two different worlds.
And that's a good way to segue into empowerment, because we need to empower our people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Give them tools to
That
navigate this crazy hectic map that we all got to go through. And man, what's five grown black men in here, boy? Between five, we done seen some stuff.
Well, I have a special segment called War Stories, like Pac and Sibo.
I mean, for the people out there that don't know, the black man experience is real.
Rough, real.
Or,
Like, it's a 24/7 experience.
Yeah.
But they got the right one.
Yeah.
We the best on the planet, the face of this earth, baby.
Yeah.
we go through the life.
We
We
the
go through the
uncut.
life just like y'all do regular, but we got like 10-pound, 20
Weight on
pound
our
weight
back.
on our back that we got to carry.
Target too.
Yeah.
As we go.
With no shoes on, you got to walk through the glass and the fire. You know what I'm saying? After a while, your feet get tough. You know what I'm saying?
For sure that. For
Like
sure
our
that.
Haitians.
The
Shout out to the Haitians.
Absolutely. The brother said something about the mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, this will be my fifth. I'm going into 5 years of being in therapy. You know what I'm saying? And I like from learning how to have the tools to respond in certain reactions. Like, I still, like, that thing is still there. It just, how do you hold it?
Right.
Or is that worth it? Or can you have enough time? Can you create enough time to spin that prism and be like, damn, bro, let me look at it from this way. Let me see it from that way. Like, so all of the where I speak from a practice of being with somebody that I can vent to that'll critique me in an unbiased way. So like that, like give me the tools on how to solve the problems. But it's something you got to be honest with. Like, if I go in there and I try to run it, it don't work. You know what I mean? Like,
you running against
you're
yourself.
running it on yourself though. Like, and now, like, so once I seen though, like, cause I was in a marriage and I was truly trying to figure out, am I the problem? I know what I've done, like in life though, like 2 people, 4 people, like I know what I've done.
Yeah.
So like, am I unconsciously doing this to my wife? Or is it 2 people who need help? You know what I mean? And then you figure out that it's 2 people that need help, and it's just one who's willing to help themselves more. So that's where the divide comes in. You know what I mean? But right now, that's one of my better friends now. You know what I mean? Now that we not together, like we speak candidly about all kind of, and we can navigate the kids better. Our kids are grown, but they never stop being your kids.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So
as you speak on that, Kev, it's funny. You said that, and I just recently got back with my wife in the last week or two, right? But you know what's the first thing on the agenda? Therapy. We are actively searching for a counselor. Like, I just got off the phone with her. You called a counselor. She told me they're going to call us back. It's real. Because our couples, our black couples, the youth, we're going to talk about how they doing them and making them act. But when they do get into a relationship, man, you talking about toxic, they making that thing to be.
You know, Love and Hip Hop and
toxicity.
All the housewives, that's where you supposed to act.
You know, and then they got them in the little slick ones in the rhymes. I know you love a toxic, but what? But this is
that's a form of training. They
programming.
They running.
They running
at a bare minimum 100 programs. On the community, that's the person. That's just a bare minimum of 100 programs.
And hold on, that's in multiple medias too. Not just 100 TV.
They surrounded.
I'm saying the program as far as the move. They running in the air, the water, the food, the this, the that. Like you could just pull them out if you see something.
It's the coldest game ever. It's the boy. They run the coldest game.
They trying
ever.
We got to know who running it.
They running it, bro.
Who running it?
It's successful. It's successfully running.
It's temporary though.
We just aware in the matrix.
It's out of desperation though. That's what the brother trying to say. Like they know what they up against, and they know if it ever Voltron. If it ever Voltron.
And see, that's my point. That's my point. They keeping the Voltron. They keeping us. They keeping us. They keeping us. We even we can live around each other, but they keep the Voltron by just little bitty things, the stigmas that last forever. There's little stigmas that they did in the past that's. The game is cold, bro.
I mean, it's self-perpetuating. It's self-perpetuating to an extent. But let me tell you something about genealogy. Let me tell you something about DNA. You know, these kids, they being constantly hit to where they don't know their identity. They don't know they boy or girl or boy now, which makes them susceptible to possessions and just vulnerable. But let me tell you, never cease to amaze me. I talk to, I got a couple of artists I've been, and they youngsters, 20, 21, and they ain't all jigging for that. They born like, man, because they ain't with that. You know what I mean?
The actuality is that
it falls short.
You're gonna have some bad apples. Some is gonna fall into that realm, but while they fall into that realm, you also have some good parents. All the parents, you gotta have. It's somebody somewhere that they're implanted in them that's not right.
Dead or alive.
We're not having it. We're not having it, or this isn't right.
But that's what I want to have as this podcast is we can connect to the people that's like-minded like us, because that help a community grow. Right. And. It'll get scary to some people,
But the thing, the real thing behind all of it is too many safe havens for bullshit.
Right.
Exactly.
Like you can go somewhere. All right, they over there telling you the real. Boom, go over such and such house, or go to this place, or go to that place, or go to that place. You know what I'm saying? There's too many places to hide from the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Scared to face that.
Yeah. So the falsehood lives. And you can go thug, and ain't nobody got no sense in the house. You know what I mean? And that's cool. They cool over there. So you come over there, you the sore
and it's
thumb,
perpetuated as cool sometimes.
And they'll hurt you though now. So you got to be dangerous enough to, if you're gonna attack that right there, you got to have enough tact about yourself to be like, all right, I'm going into this war zone.
Yeah,
and
it's my people.
It is,
but it's still a war zone.
Yeah,
and you got to be knowing. Your main job is to make it home.
Yeah.
That's your main job, is to make it home. There's somebody at home waiting on you. Whether you live with them or not, there's people that's expecting you to make it home.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You got to be thoughtful in that process of, check out Phoenix Nichols. That's a therapy group for you and the y'all.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's a good space right there.
Write it down.
They good people over there. They understand what we understand. Like, and that's that's the move. That they ain't pushing no agenda. They working with what they see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They done been in the prisons working. They walk the path that it takes to be honorable enough to help
it ain't just therapy. And they just say
I know something wrong. Yeah. I know something happened to my people, and what can I do to, you know what I mean, do
really
my part.
Want to help. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Nah, you good. You good, brother. We good.
No, I was just you said Phoenix Nickel. I was just going to elaborate. I ain't, like I said, we checking these people out, but this is just another, they call Minority Mental Health Initiative, right? And I read that last night when we got the information. Like, man, when they gonna start, with this minute, the minor, like, they need to, like,
they
calling this word.
It's the same as somebody saying you got a little business.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? It's the same move.
Because all they're doing is kind of like,
we got to get that word off of us, man.
Into a box. Into
you for sure.
That's like us calling ourselves thugs and different. They got us.
They got keywords. Yes, keywords.
Keeping us back. That's because
the whole power.
We don't got the knowledge.
That's what I keep saying. They cold.
When
I say they cold, they
because they'll put it into they'll put it in today's space though. They'll say, we don't need anything urban around here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll use
so cool.
Keywords.
It be, but if you like urban, like it'll hit you right there. Like, who you talking about? Us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? It'll hit you right then and there. You'd be like, hey,
as you read more into the
our company is not. We don't advertise to the
I think
urban. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's urban?
Community.
That's what I'm saying.
What is urban?
Yeah.
Who came up with that urban? What's the name came up with that on the fight of drugs when he was fighting drugs out of
who?
When that heroin got out of
man,
got out of hand. Was it Nixon?
Yeah, the Nixon heroin.
Hold on. What
Reagan?
The urban, like
when
yeah. I was that like man, we gotta look into that so we can bring that back up.
Okay,
but the thing is, when you trying to make a point, man, you know what I mean? If any team sport, anything is like the best thing to do. The best teams, like even you watch the World Series, it was to get on base. You hit a base, boom, we go life. You know what I mean? We in the game, we go love, we go inspiration, we go freedom, then we come back in empowerment. I think today's show, we did a good job of, you know what I mean, expressing ourselves. There's some emotion in here. You know what I mean? We did, it was as authentic as we could make it with no script.
Exactly.
So, like, that's a good thing for us, you know what I mean, to say that here, this is how we build. This is how we get the foundation going. And, you know what I mean, we keep hitting base hits, we keep making it known. You know what I mean? I appreciate the brothers for coming in and having an open mind and being honest and allowing this to flourish the way that it should, because everybody know nothing being rude. Excuse me, brother, my fault. You know what I mean? Plenty of respect. It don't, you know what I mean? You can have respect without being a coward. You know what I mean? That's fear.
Hey, I've been through that my whole life, bro. I've always been a kind-hearted, kind of quiet, kind-hearted dude. I mean, he'll tell you. I mean,
you cold as Hitler. Quiet. No, I'm just joking. Nah, that's my guy. He ain't never let me down.
Nah, for sure though, man.
Yep, it's much respected.
We're gonna go on and call this a success today, and
y'all hit it out the ballpark, baby. Y'all hit it out the ballpark.
I mean, this is easy for us, man. We can talk about these problems and we can build up this community easy.
Yeah.
All we need is a following. Y'all need to get online L.I.F.E.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, life.
Because hey, and we gonna follow through with any actions and anything.
Yep.
We ready for it.
If you see something on here that you know what I mean, we open for debate, we open for constructive criticism, we open for
open for
everything that helps you build.
All that.
Yep, and we
phone.
And we
definitely
take the
take
phone
the
call.
phone calls. We gonna get the live show out. We gonna get the flyer put together. We gonna start.
Yes, sir.
We just had to put something together so then when we build on it, we got something we can stand on.
Yeah. Life coming
sir.
to you, baby.
Yeah,
Sir.
yes, sir.
Big shout out, Fly on the Wild. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We out.
Might be 8.
It's tempting.
It's 10.
Learning,
What you gonna do?
improving, flourishing, and evolving.
Life.
Life.
Like,